Hi everyone! So in this video, we're going to deep dive into how we created the weather app. Let's go back to Fractal and look at the planner that generated this app, and then we can fill in the chart that I shared in the previous video to see how the planner mapped into the system. So first, what you need to do is to expand so that you can see, the full everything of the planner. The first thing that you're going to see is the trigger condition. These are the prompts that going to trigger ChatGPT to use the app. For example, what is the weather in Paris? Show me the weather in Tokyo. You can see it go on and on. These few examples give ChatGPT an overall idea of just the different ways that people can use the app. And because ChatGPT is really smart, you don't have to explain a lot. Like, you can just give it a few examples and then it will just know. After that, we can look at the tool. There's only one tool here, which is Get Weather. If you build a very complicated app, you may need more than one tool. But with this app, because it's very simple, we only have one tool, which is Get Weather. And you can see here that the tool accepts two parameters, the city, which is the name of the city to get the weather, and the unit, which is the temperature unit, like Celsius, which is the default, or Fahrenheit. And ChatGPT is really smart. Sometimes, if you say, what is the weather in Paris? It will use Celsius because people use Celsius in Paris. What ChatGPT does is that it understands the intention of the user and then it translates the intentions of the user into this parameter, like the previous example that I showed you, where I didn't specifically ask what is the weather in Paris, but because I was talking to ChatGPT about planning traveling to Paris, when I asked what is the weather there, ChatGPT just knows that there mean Paris. And in Paris, people use Celsius. So it gives me the temperature in Paris in Celsius. And obviously, if you're an American traveling to Paris and you don't want to use Celsius, you can explicitly say, what is the weather in Paris in Fahrenheit? And then ChatGPT would understand too. I think that this is what makes it so different when people build app is that people didn't understand how smart ChatGPT can be, and they didn't really fully take advantage of how to build an app that fully take advantage of how smart ChatGPT can be. So once ChatGPT get the tool, it's going to reach out. So you can see in the chart that I have here, you go from ChatGPT going to pass in the parameter. So when I say what is the weather in Paris, the parameter is Paris. And the tool that is going to call is Get Weather. But now Get Weather doesn't just, make up a number about the weather. It's actually go and called two API in the real world so that it can give you real-time temperature. And these are the two API that they use. The geocoding API and the weather forecast API. After it calls this API, these are the output that is going to return the city name, the country, the current temperature, current conditions. All of these go back, and it also shows what got displayed here too. When you get the information back, it's going to return into a weather card. In the planner, it also describes what the weather card looks like. And obviously, if you want a different look, you can specify, hey, I want this look only. But because we were happy with what it planned, we just click build. So I really hope that this simple example give you a better idea about ChatGPT apps. We are going to build more and more difficult examples in the next few videos, like how can an app, get data from your service, from your data source, and display it in your own way. We will all cover that in the next video. See you in the next video.